Hey guys, welcome to Sim UK. This is the Long Dark, a game that I've had in my library for an awfully long time. It's been in early access that whole time, and we've all been waiting for the story mode to come out. Survival mode has been out, technically it's been out for a long time. They keep adding bits and bobs to it, but it's not really included very much, and the big thing, the real thing we've all been waiting for is WinterMute. This is the first story-driven aspect for the game, and I'm really excited to get into it. I had a little practice on this last night. Haven't played this game for such a long time, couldn't remember the buttons. Everything seems to have changed a little bit, so there was quite a lot to take in, but some bits I like, some bits I don't like, but overall very excited to play this game. So I thought I'd get it on, I'd video it up, and just let you guys join in with the fun. Maybe you don't have this game, maybe you don't know this game, but I think after watching just even a little bit of gameplay, you're going to at least be tempted to grab this. It's on sale at the moment, I think, for about £18. Maybe that sale has ended, I'm not entirely sure. I should have looked before I started. But I think it's around about £20 for this game anyway, and I think that's money well spent. There's a lot of work gone into this and a lot more to come. So let's jump in and see what's happening. Don't let the snow break you. So here we are, guys. I think I'm finally conscious. And what are we presented with?
Astrid!
A whopping great big bit of metal through my hand. So yeah, we're going to have to take this bad boy out here. Tappity 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 tap. We've been in an aircraft crash. A piece of metal through the hand is probably quite a lucky escape. It also gives us a weapon of sorts. Now, one thing that does irritate me about this game is they've gone into a lot
find some shelter from this wind.
They've gone into a lot of detail in a lot of areas, but they've neglected some quite serious things, in my humble opinion. And predominantly, you're going to be looking for stuff on the ground, like sticks. Sticks don't require you to do anything to pick up, you can just pick them up. Newspaper, print, stick, newspaper, cloth. Search the first aid kits. Now this is a bit buggy. Press and hold. Bandage, antibiotics, bandage. Now that's good, because the first time I played this in the practice I had last night, there was nothing in that box. And your first mission, as it were, as part of this game, is to survive long enough for your hand to heal so that you can crawl out. And I had no bandages, nothing. I had one bit of cloth that I managed to make 2 bandages out of, and it just wasn't enough. No antibiotics or anything like that, so I was a bit annoyed. Study your treatments and learn to triage. There are many ways to die in the wilderness. Medical treatments, man-made or harvested from the natural world, will save your life. Use the status screen to check on your health. Apply a treatment using the first aid radial menu. You can also use treatments from your pack menu. Controls, the key to survival. Preparation and self-control are vital to your survival. Check your controls menu if you're unsure of how to do something. This could save your life. And it's true.
Need some first aid.
Now, we're freezing cold and we need a bandage on our hands. So let's start with that. Let's go straight for the bandage. And we're going to apply that to our hand. So we've stopped the blood loss, which is good. Now, if you look at that little icon right in front of us there, right at the bottom, we are freezing cold, absolutely freezing cold, and we need to start a fire. Fire provides heat, water, food, and protection. Use the campfire option in the radial menu. You'll need all the fixing: fire starter, tinder, and fuel. Accelerant speeds up the process. Fuel types impact burn time and heat production. An active fire can be used to cook and boil water, as well as keeping you from freezing to death. Now that's great. As it is at the moment, we are surrounded by things that are on fire. It irritates me beyond belief that they don't warm you up. This game has taken so much time and so much effort to get so many things right. It just seems preposterous that to start a storyline where the fire that you're surrounded by doesn't warm you up is ridiculous. Now, to add insult to injury, if you get too close to the fire, it will burn you and you will have to deal with the injury that you've just incurred, but it's not going to warm you up. I find that really annoying, but we're going to put that aside for 1 minute because we do need to start fire. Quite seriously, in fact. Where are we going to put you? Just here? Looks good to me. Now, one of the coolest things about this is you get better at doing things. So you start off as pretty much a novice at everything. And starting a fire does not guarantee that a fire will start, which is pretty true to life. The more you do it, the more successful you're going to become. But even when you're fully trained at starting fires, there's still a bloody good chance that you're not going to be able to do it. Obviously, this is story mode. I think it's probably built in that the first fire you start in story mode just starts without question. Now, this is the other annoying thing.
I have in me.
I now cannot walk or do anything. All I can do is pass out. So it pushes you straight into day 2. So day 1 is literally get into the cave, start a fire, and then you're into day 2.
Thirsty.
So you're thirsty.
Gotta be a way to melt some snow.
Your fire's out. Here we go. Status is your early warning system. When you bring up the quick stats or the radial menu, you will get a preview of your current condition as well as information about how cold, tired, hungry and thirsty you are. Anytime one of these status indicators is empty and red, this means you're losing condition. Lose all of your condition and you'll die. Simple as that. Now, I was here for 3.5, nearly 4 days in my test run yesterday. All I had to eat in that entire time was a single army ration of, I don't know, mashed potato or something. There's nowhere to sleep. There's nothing you can do other than create a fire, wait for your hand to heal, and that is it. And I just struggled like hell to get anywhere on this game. And I'm going to try and start this fire again. It's important, but the only thing I have is a twig, which is not going to burn for very long at best, and if it doesn't start, we're kind of screwed. Luckily, the weather actually looks pretty good out there. It can get.
That didn't work.
See, that failed. Have I got any more twigs? I've got no tinder, but I've got 2 twigs left. So the weather is actually really good.
I might be stuck here a while.
In addition to
See what I can use.
the issues that I've just explained to you on my initial test run, I didn't have good weather at all. Not 1 minute. It was all snow blizzard. It was terrible. Cardboard box. You need to create.
I could eat anything.
You use this to. You break it down. It's going to take you 9 minutes to break down a cardboard box, and it uses 38 calories. Honestly, this game goes into a great deal of detail, but I just think 9 minutes to break down a cardboard box that's already wet from snow is a bit too long. And to burn 38 calories doing it is just, I think, just taking the mickey a tad. Right, now we've got some tinder. We've got a little bit of wood. We're freezing cold. We're terribly thirsty, so I can't really hang about doing anything. I mean, we're in such a terrible condition that I can't even walk properly, so it's quite important that I get in here and get this fire started. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to survive, so this might be a very short series, but I'd like to do it again. I've been waiting to play this game for the channel for such a long time, and I've had some really good survival episodes that I should have recorded, because wow, I went through some stuff. and survive some things that you wouldn't think I'd survive from. It's such a good game when you get into it. Right, luckily that
Turned out pretty
started.
well.
But it's only going to last for 19 minutes. If you look in the top left hand corner, because all we're putting on it is sticks. So we've put enough sticks on there to last for 43 minutes. So maybe I ought to warm myself up a tad. But desperately we need to get some wood. But we also need some food and some water. So it really is a balancing act. And incidentally, when I walk past the fire to get out of the cave, it's really important that I don't stand on it, because it will burn me. That's nothing. Right, we've got some boxes over here now. They weren't here when we started, but really important, whatever's in here. Military grade food, that's what I had. And some wooden matches. Right, this crate is going to give us some wood and some water purification and some matches. Now I need to go put this wood on the fire, because otherwise it's going to go out, and you've already seen how difficult it is to start a fire.
We need to find some place to escape this cold.
And the weather could change at any moment, so really, whilst it's nice like this... Oh look, I didn't see that before. Whilst it's nice like this, it's important that we use it to our advantage. Right, so that's 2.5 hours of... that's my daughter. 2.5 hours of heat from that fire, which we are going to use to warm ourselves up.
Eating itself.
And also get some water together. But I am concerned that in 2.5 hours it might be dark. So it's really a balancing act that, you know, you either get it right and survive, or you die. Yes, darling.
What are you playing?
Yes, darling.
What are you playing?
A game that you can't play. Where's Mummy? Go and talk to Mummy. Thank you. What's that?
Those metal glasses.
Okay, go on. Take them to Mummy, please. So with that minor distraction out of the way, we got 1 hour and 45 minutes. Now we've melted snow. We now need to boil it. Well, actually we don't need to boil it. I could have got away without doing that because I've got tablets. But that gives us some water. So I'm having to do this quite quickly. So I apologise if I'm not explaining every step as I'm doing it. But we're in a pretty terrible state here. So where's that food? There it is. So we've got some food in us, we've got some water in us, we're warm. Now is the time, whilst the weather is...
Cut smarts.
Infection risk. Okay, so we've got some antibiotics here. I'm going to take those.
Why didn't that work?
That didn't work. That is a problem. Bandage. Do we have any more bandages? Yes.
That didn't work.
No. I didn't think that was going to work, but, you know, when you haven't got anything else to try, you'll try anything. I'm surprised we're walking so slowly. You can hear the weather. You can see the wind is starting to pick up, so I know bad weather is coming. It's important that I get out here and get some stuff. I don't know what.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
That book that you saw there is not very helpful to us. Some of them teach you things, some of them are just good for burning. Antiseptic, that's good. We need that. Accelerant, that's helpful too. That'll help us start fires. Now, we're on this kind of... oh, there's something there, look. How can I get up to that? I don't think I can yet. Stuff like rose hips, it says you don't need these yet. That's annoying. I think I shouldn't be dictated to when I need stuff. But I can see a box up there that I can't currently get to, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But you can see, if I risk going to the edge here, that there's no way down. There's no safe way down. Look at that. We are pretty much trapped here. And basically, if I bring up the journal, you'll see that we're in mission 1, survival of the fittest, and you've crashed in the northern wilderness and are badly injured. Survive long enough for your hand to heal so that you can climb out. Now, how the heck in hell I'm going to do that on one bag of mash, of army mash, and a couple of twigs is beyond me. But that's the task ahead of us. That is the challenge we've got at the moment. Now, as I say, I lasted 3 days, I think, in my test run before I died, and basically I just got too cold and too hungry and just faded away and died. If we get to that point, you'll see how impossible it is to control yourself. You just fall about all over the place. It becomes incredibly dangerous and difficult, and there's absolutely bugger all you can do about it, which is a serious problem. Now, oh crikey, look at that. We were down to 1 minute. So we've got 2 hours and 42 minutes. Let's just warm up a tad because we are freezing. We can't get too cold because we've got to get our hand. I think our health for our hand is in the bottom left hand corner, and that moves very slowly, but it's important to keep warm in order to allow your hand to heal, I guess. What do we got here? Antiseptic. I don't think that's going to do anything. Oh, it did.
I don't feel so good. I need to rest up.
Okay. So I think, okay, so we're into day 3 now. So I lasted to the end of day 3 and then I died. That's basically what happened. Yeah.
I'm gonna need a good long fire to keep from freezing to death.
Yeah. So we're gonna need
last me through the night.
We're gonna need a good long fire to stop us from dying. What the heck? Straight into day 4. It's very odd. Sorry about that, guys. My daughter has to come in and talk to me every 10 minutes or whatever. So this is totally different to the test example that I did last night. Everything is behaving differently, and that's a really good sign in a lot of ways, because it means it's not preemptive. It's it's dynamic. Things happen the way they happen. Decisions you make have consequences, and when you do things has consequences, and how you do things has consequences. So it's good. Your ears are your best survival tool. Pay attention to your surroundings and you might glean information that's important for your survival. For example, a murder of crows circling up ahead might suggest an animal carcass, or even a human corpse might be nearby. So that's pretty cool, and kind of basically insinuating that that's the case. And as we desperately need food, as well as wood to keep ourselves warm and to get some water, food is definitely something that we need to prioritize. So I'm trying to grab as much as I can, and we're seriously hungry, so I'm trying to be as quick as I can as well before we freeze. Look at all these books we got here. And that last one had a fish on it, and that rather suggests to me that it would teach you or help you increase your skill for fishing,
My feet.
which is an important part of this game. Fishing and hunting. There's all different sorts of hunting options available to you. And whilst I'm scurrying around head down like this, is incredibly dangerous normally, I can get away with it as it is at the moment. Now, are there crows or anything circling? Over there, look. Oh, hello. Do you know, I never spotted that the other day. I wonder whether I should have tried to escape the other day. But the weather was so bad, I couldn't see more than 2 feet. And I'm absolutely freezing right now. But we do need some food, so I'm going to risk it. And if I die,
Freezing.
I'm going to start again. Because, oh, there is a deer there, look. Now, there's been a number of updates, so I'm wondering if perhaps certain things have been added as part of the updates. So it's got a code on it that we're going to have to try and break. Oh, really? I should have just gone to the deer first. Well, I certainly never got this far in my demo test. Let's just see what this is all about.
Jackrabbit Remote Transport, Mackenzie speaking. Whoa, well, slow down, Maureen. What are you talking about? It's okay, Maureen. I've got it from here.
Hello, Will.
What are you doing here?
It's been a while, I know.
Yeah. Years. I haven't heard from you since...
I know. And I wouldn't be here if it weren't important.
Well... What brings you... I mean... Are you sick?
No, not me. But I need to get to someone who is.
Right. So you're still a doctor?
Yes, I'm still a doctor.
I thought that after... Why are you here?
I need your help. There's an isolated community in the northern part of Great Bear. Someone there is very sick.
Great Bear? There's nothing there anymore. Not since...
I know. But I have to get there.
Still trying to save the world, huh?
Somebody has to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Mackenzie... Will... I didn't come here to fight about the past. I need a pilot to take me somewhere remote. Someone who won't ask too many questions. Someone I can trust.
Wait. Questions? Astrid, are you in trouble?
Are you gonna help me, or not?
What's in the case?
See, there's that thing about no questions, remember?
What's in the case, Astrid?
No questions.
Look, the weather out there is bad. Bad. But it's getting worse. You walk in here after years. I could have been dead. You could have been. And then you show up and you want me to just risk my life flying into the middle of the great northern nowhere to deliver you in some mystery metal case to some remote wilderness outpost. All because you walked in here and asked me to?
Yes.
Astrid,
Well, okay then.
you can't bring him back.
This isn't about that.
I know how hard it's been.
No. You don't know, Mackenzie. You don't know anything.
You don't think I feel it too?
Are you gonna take me or not? The longer I wait, the worse it'll get. Damn it. I don't have time for this.
Wait. The worse what we'll get? Why do I have a feeling you're not talking about the weather?
Because I'm not.
Throw your bags in the plane. I'll get started on pre-flight. Better buckle up tight, because it's going to be a rough ride.
A rough ride in this weather. A death ride, more like. Well, okay. Now we know the importance of that case, and that's probably something we're going to have to keep with us throughout the entire game, I guess. I haven't seen that before.
Astrid was ready to die for it.
Yeah.
I hope she hasn't already died for it.
Well, we're going to die soon if we don't get some darned food. So here we go.
This carcass could save my life. This doesn't look too good, but what choice do I have?
Take as much as you can, laddie. Now, obviously, the longer we're out here, the colder we get. the worse it is for us. But that's a decent amount of food I've got. Am I about to collapse? Oh, thank God. Raw meat. Everything you eat can kill you. When starving, you may feel desperate enough to take your chances, but in general, eating raw meat is a bad idea. Cook it over a fire to avoid getting food poisoning or parasites. Cooked meat also lasts longer and attracts fewer predators. What was that noise? Right, I'm not going to take any more chances here. There's like a coat. Clothing is armour against cold. Out in the wilderness, clothing is like armour against the elements. Wear layers to stay warm, and remember, wind is your enemy. Clothing offers different protection from cold and wind chill. Your clothes can get wet from blowing snow or if you fall into the water, which makes them infective and increases your risk of hypothermia or even frostbite. Keep your clothes as dry as you can. Finally, clothing can protect you from physical injuries, as from falling or tangling with wildlife. Balance all of these factors against the weight and the mobility cost of your combined clothing. Now that paragraph there, I think, perfectly sums up the balance of simulation elements that they've intertwined into this game, and makes me question once again why the flames on day one don't warm you up. But that's just my 2 pennies worth. So anyway, there's a bag here. We're going to grab it if I can see the flipping thing. Right, we can't get into that bag for whatever reason. So can we get out that way? I rather suspect not. I think until our hand is healed, it's a case of staying in this cave and just trying to stay alive. And I think starting a fire and cooking some meat is a good way to start that. Maybe drink some water and make ourselves feel better. We're going to use an accelerant. This should definitely help us start the fire. Hopefully I haven't just burnt that fish book. Gosh, that started easily. We're going to start with the woods. Right, so that's a 10-hour fire we've got there. Now, I'm going to cook this meat up. It's absolutely imperative. It's annoying that you can't cook something and walk off and leave it cooking. You have to stay with it. That is a bit of a pain. Desperately need a drink here. Let me just quickly grab a drink. Make sure also that you only drink the potable water, or potable water, because if you drink water that's not been purified, you basically just you're gonna die. Right, let's cook all this up. So that's all of that cooked up. We're still in daytime, which is good. We've got warmth, we've got water, we've got some food. Let's see here, what condition is this at? 100%, 100%. They're all 100%. Well, that's pretty good. Let's eat the small bit first. And that's clearly not enough. Let's eat the big bit. Okay, that's nearly filled us up. What I don't want to do is waste a big piece and... because once you're 100% full, you don't get any fuller. So, I mean, that's worth noting, I guess. Let's go break some sticks. Because I don't know how long it's going to take for our hand to heal. I'm doing better than I was in my practice run, most definitely. But, yeah. I don't know if we're going to get all the way out of here or not. But to start with, this is kind of the game. It's not going to be easy. In survival mode, it was definitely tough. There's wolves, there's bears, there's drops, there's wind, there's snow, there's rabbits to catch. There are, oh my goodness, so much stuff. Deer as well, as you've seen. So that's a fair few sticks I've gathered there. I'm thinking the coat that I'm wearing is helping a great deal. I didn't find any of this stuff the other day, and I'm thinking it's because the weather was so bad I just couldn't see this route up here. Be interested to see if I can get any more meat off this deer, albeit it's not the best meat in the world. And bear in mind, you know, the more water, the more twigs, the more meat, the more clothes you're wearing, everything weighs you down. The more weight you're carrying, the slower you go, the longer that leaves you out in the open, because to get from point A to point B takes you longer because you're walking slower. I don't know why I can't do anything with that bag. It's a bit annoying. I can see that the weather's picking up. Nothing to harvest. Okay, so we're pretty much done here, unless I can climb. Oh, I can climb out. I've just made a kick-ass fire. Well, okay, well it looks like we can climb out. We must be at the point where we can escape. So I'm thinking whilst this
making my head feel thick.
Whilst this bad weather is coming in, I might forgo climbing that and escaping. Now that might be a terrible idea, and I might not live to regret it, as they say. But having just spent all this time gathering stuff and creating a nice fire, and I mean we're safe down here from wolves and things. I'm almost certain there's a terrible wind coming in, so I'm a bit annoyed that I did this, but I did it. So we're going to melt some snow. We're going to boil. Actually, we're just going to purify it. If we purify it, that doesn't waste our fire time. Well, it does take a while though, actually, a lot longer than I remember. Actually, the weather's not too bad, so I don't know. Let's have something to eat. It's always a good idea to eat and then drink, by the way. So you can see we've got two types of water there. What's interesting is you don't have to find this plastic pot, you just seem to have it on you. Again, for a game that's so good with simulation, it seems odd that that's the way they've decided to do it, but that is the way they decided to do it. So let's just boil that up. Right, okay, so the fire's got 3 hours left on it. I think I'm going to change my mind. That gives us a bit of time to try and climb out, risk it, and if it goes terribly wrong, maybe we can climb back down here, and the fire should still be alight because it's got 3 hours of burn time left on it. I'm a bit annoyed I can't get into that bag, but there we go. Here comes the climb. Right. Sometimes Mother Nature is your pharmacist. Craft rose hips into a preparation that can be boiled in water to produce a tea with pain-relieving properties. Keep your eyes open for other natural remedies. Right.
May as well rest up.
So now,
I'll tell you what tomorrow will bring.
now I can have rose hip. Oh, really? So he's just going to rest up on that hill? Okay, so at least it let me go back to the cave, and it looks like we're still in the middle of taking some rose hip. So
I feel stronger today.
it looks like
Climb out of here now.
it looks like we're actually finally well enough to climb out, and obviously that was something that was geared into the game. There have been a lot of updates, and this is very different to my test run the other day. So I think maybe they've discovered that people were struggling so badly, because if the weather comes in and it's bad, you can't see that route out. And a lot of what I've experienced today I've never seen before. So let's just read this and then we'll call that a day for today. And hopefully if you're interested, let me know in the comment section. We can do another one. But knowledge, what you know can save your life. That's not what it says, but that's what it means. As you learn things about the world, either through your own actions or through interacting with people, you unlock knowledge about people, places, things, and actions. Deeper knowledge can be revealed when you gain the trust of other survivors you meet. There's a heads up for you. This knowledge is tracked in your journal for future reference. So there you go, guys. I'm going to call that a day there, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you'll join me again for the next one. Take care of yourselves. Till next time. Goodbye for now.